Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. Shalom, peace and blessings and barakut to you and your entire house. Shalom to Yehuda and to Ephraim. Shalom to the former stranger, the former foreigner, the former ger, who was once formerly estranged from the everlasting covenant, but now having received the Ruach of adoption, the Ruach HaKadosh, who is Yahusha HaMashiach, and whereby now being engrafted into the olive tree, who is Yahusha HaMashiach, who is Yasher Al, and whereby now being privy to the same everlasting promise, covenant, and inheritance that was given to Yasher Al and to Yasher Al alone. Shalom to you. My name is Miriam. Peace and blessings and barakut to you and your entire house. Barak Yahuwah. This is a warning to all of us, a warning to take seriously that perhaps can save our lives, because his words are meant to bring us to salvation. His word, his Torah, is a lamp to our feet and a light to our path. His word, his Torah, his instructions were given to us to direct us, to guide us to the Ruach HaKadosh, who is Yahusha HaMashiach. And if your keeping of the Torah has not led you to salvation, to Yahusha HaMashiach, who is the Ruach HaKadosh, then you need to reevaluate your keeping of the Torah. If your keeping of the Torah has not led you to righteousness, to the Ruach of righteousness, to deliverance, to the living bread, then you need to reevaluate your keeping of the Torah. The Torah does not make you righteous. Your keeping of the Torah does not make you righteous. The Torah is supposed to light our path and lead us to righteousness. Yahuwah Tzadkanu, he is our righteousness. Yahuwah Tzadkanu. Barak Yahuwah. With that being said, the Master has a word for his people, for those who have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to understand. We must be careful, House of Yasher Al, of the mixing of diverse seed. We must be very careful of the mixing of diverse seed. Please turn with me to Leviticus, Lewikra chapter 19, verse 19. Guard my laws. Do not let your livestock mate with one another. Do not mate with another kind. Forgive me. Do not mate with another kind. Do not sow your field with mixed seed, and do not put a garment of woven of two sorts of thread upon you. Why does he say this? We understand the letter. It says what it says, but why is he saying this? Why does he say this? Because it introduces confusion, such that you can no longer distinguish between what Yahuwah has created and what man has created by mixing two kinds of species together. It only brings confusion. Now, the same concept applies when the separated seed of Yahuwah mixes with the seed of heathen, with the seed of Hashatan, because indeed Hashatan himself has seed, and many are masquerading as the children of Yahuwah, but indeed they are the children of the adversary. This is why we must be careful only to mix with like seed, and this is why we have to be careful only to mix with brethren, because when we mix with Yahuwah's separated seed with the seed of Hashatan, or diverse seed, a different kind of seed, it only introduces confusion. It introduces chaos. It introduces disorder, meaning that the heathen or the seed of the adversary are bringing with them their heathen ways, their heathen worship, their heathen traditions, their heathen instructions, heathens into the equation, being the separated seed of Yahuwah and trying to introduce the ways of Yahuwah. All you're going to get is a whole bunch of confusion, having opposing forces going to create confusion. And you may be with someone that you say or that you believe is of Yahuwah, but their ways are mixed with diverse seed or the way of heathens. This is only going to cause disorder. It's only going to cause confusion, and it is going to cause complete chaos. So we must be careful not to mix diverse seed. And this is why it is important, please hear, this is why it is important to be born from above. This is why it's important, because I don't care who you are. Go check your bloodline. Go check. There is more than likely heathen blood in your bloodline. There is more than likely some heathen blood in your bloodline. This is why your fruitless boasting in genealogy means absolutely nothing. So please turn with me for another witness. Please turn with me to Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 9. Chapter 22 verse 9. Deuteronomy Dabarim chapter 22 verse 9. Do not sow your vineyard with different kind of seed, lest the yield of the seed which you have sown and the fruit of your vineyard be defiled. When dealing with diversity, with two kinds of seed, the seed of the wicked one, and simultaneously trying to deal with the seed of Yahuwah, this is only going to cause confusion. It's going to cause disorder. It's going to cause chaos. And we cannot scatter mixed seed. When plowing the field of the heart and of the mind and of the heart, we can only sow the seed of Yahuwah, the word of Yahuwah. Planting diverse seed into the heart and into the mind, it only causes confusion. We cannot allow mixed seed to enter our nafash. We cannot allow the cares and the pleasures and the worries of this world and the wicked one to enter into our nafash, because our loyalty, most importantly, our loyalty is going to be divided. It's going to be compromised. This is what the master is getting at. It's going to be compromised. The word of Yahuwah declares that no one is able to serve two masters, and you shall either hate the one or love the other. You shall cleave to one or despise the other. We cannot mix seed. No, we cannot. Do you understand that we cannot mix seed? That the seed which is the word of Yahuwah, and with the word of Hashatan, we cannot mix the word of Yahuwah with the doctrine of demons. This only creates confusion and chaos, and it will only result in divided interests. It will result in divided interest. Yahuwah is not the author. He's not the author of confusion and chaos and disorder. Yahuwah is the author of shalom. Mixing diverse seed in our hearts and in our nefash will cause loyalty to become divided and compromised, and it creates a divided loyalty, a divided interest, such that you cannot forsake all to follow the master. Even intermarrying with the seed of the adversary. You may be with someone you thought or think is of the seed of Yahuwah, but only to find out that they are the seed of the adversary. This is going to cause complete chaos in your homes, and it's going to cause disorder. It's going to cause confusion, and we have been commanded not to give our daughters to their sons, and not to give our sons to their daughters, and it will cause confusion, and it will cause defilement. We as Yahuwah's people cannot mix seed, nor our personal interests, which too is a mixture of diverse seed. We cannot put our personal interests like social media or hobbies and whatever it is, with the worship of Yahuwah. These things can become idols. They can become idols, also leading to divided interests. There always must be, what's the word I'm looking there for? There must be always perspective and balance. Why do you think Hashatan is continually trying to plant, or he's trying to plant diverse seed, whether it be on TV or in a magazine or on social media or wherever it may be? Eventually, when we allow two types of seed to enter the field of the mind, of the heart, or our nafash, it will cause us to be lukewarm. It will cause us to be lukewarm, causing us to have this lukewarmness in us, and to be unenthused about the master, to be apathetic, and no longer having that fire burning in us, that we once had, that zeal in us, so that when the master comes, he's gonna vomit us out. And this is the goal of Hashatan. This is his goal. So please turn with me to Revelation 3 verse 16. Revelation 3 verse 16. Okay, Revelation 3 verse 16. Revelation 3 verse 16. So because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I am going to vomit you out of my mouth. So because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I am going to vomit you out of my mouth. Many of you once were on fire. You had a zeal, a fire burning within you. But because you have diverse interests, because you have diverse seed planted in the soil of your heart, which this is strategic by the adversary. This is where the adversary wants you to be. And this is why Hashatan is constantly trying to steal your gauge, to throw seeds of confusion, because he is the author of confusion. He is the progenitor of confusion. And he does this so that our interests are constantly battling one another. And once the master comes back, he will spew us out. And this allows us, once we have this divided interest, it in return allows us to be unenthused about the master in respect to the things of Yahuwah, and causing us to lose our first love. And he will vomit us out of his mouth. Barak Yahuwah, turn with me to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verses 1 to 21. 1 Corinthians 10 verses 1 to 21. For I do not wish you to be ignorant, brothers, that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and all were immersed in Tamasha, in the cloud and in the sea, and all ate the same spiritual food, and all drank the same spiritual drink, for they drank of the spiritual rock that followed. The rock was Mashiach. However, with most of them, Eluah was not pleased, for they were laid low in the wilderness, and they became examples of us, so that we should not lust after evil as those indeed lusted. They had divided interests. And do not become idolaters as some of them, as it has been written, the people sat down to eat and to drink and stood up and to play. Here they had divided interests. Neither should we commit whoring as some of them did. And in one day 23,000 fell. Neither let us try Mashiach as some of them also tried and were destroyed by serpents. Neither grumble as some of them also grumbled and were destroyed by the destroyer. And all these came upon them as examples, and they were written as warning to us, on whom the ends of the ages have come. So that all who thinks he stands, let him take heed, lest he fall. No trial has overtaken you except such as is common to man, and Allah is trustworthy, who shall not allow you to be tried beyond what you are able, but with the trial shall also make the way of escape, enabling you to bear it. Therefore, my beloved ones, flee from idolatry, flee from diverse interest. I speak as to wise men, judge for yourselves what I say. The cup of blessings which we bless is not a sharing in the blood of Mashiach. The bread that we break, it is not the sharing in the body of Mashiach, because there is one bread. We who are many are one body, for we all partake of the one bread. Look at Yasharal after the flesh. Are not those who eat the slaughterings sharers in the slaughtering place? What then do I say? That an idol is of any value? Or that which is slaughtered to idols is of any value? No, but that the nations slaughter, they slaughter to demons and not to Elohim. And I do not wish you to become sharers with demons. You are not able to drink the cup of the master and the cup of demons. You are not able to partake of the table of the master and the table of demons. Flee from idolatry. Flee from diverse seed. Flee from whoredom. Flee from that which is not of Yahuwah. We cannot entertain the thing of the wicked one, of what is in this fallen and wicked world, and think that we can simultaneously, that we can entertain the things of Yahuwah. This will only cause confusion. It will only cause chaos. It will only cause disorder. And this is where Hashatan wants us to be. Hashatan is also a sower. He is. He is also a sower of seed. And he enters through our eyes. He enters through our ears. He enters through our hands, through our nose, through our five senses. Only once these diverse seeds are planted, lukewarmness will follow, and we become uninterested and unenthused regarding the word of Yahuwah. And this is where Hashatan wants us to be. If you are finding yourself in this predicament, and you're finding yourself that you have these divided interests, perhaps you have lost focus. Do you have diverse seed? You need to ask yourself, is there a mixture of diverse seed stealing your focus and stealing your gauge? This is what Hashatan desires, because he is looking to devour. Please turn with me to 2 Corinthians 6:14. 6:14. 2 Corinthians 6:14. The master says, do not become unevenly yoked with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness and lawlessness? And what fellowship has light with darkness? And what agreement has Mashiach with Belial? Or what part does a believer have with an unbeliever? And what union has the dwelling place of Yahuwah with idols? For you are the dwelling place of the living Elohim. As Elohim has said, I shall dwell in them and walk among them, and I shall be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. Therefore, he says, come out from among them, come out from divided interests, come out from this wicked world, and be ye separate, he says, Yahuwah, and do not touch that which is unclean, and I shall receive you, and I shall be a father to you, and you shall be sons and daughters to me, says Yahuwah the Almighty. Barak Yahuwah. It is only the fire of the Ruach HaKadosh, the fire of the Ruach HaKadosh, when he enters us and we put on that full armor of the Ruach HaKadosh, shielding us from that diverse seed that we will have a love for Torah and a willingness to obey him, not having a love of this world, but rather a love for Yahuwah, where he is life and shalom. Barak Yahuwah. I pray this word has edified you, and that you continually draw your gauge away from the seeds that are constantly being that the adversary is trying to throw at us, to trap us by the adversary, but rather keeping fixed on the master, where there is no confusion but perfection, because Yahuwah is perfection and he is shalom. Until the next time, Yahuwah barak you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show favor unto you. Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you shalom. Thus you shall put my name on the children of Yasharal, and I myself shall barak them. So be it, so be it, so be it. Shalom.